Close your eyes and imagine a world where tranquility and wellness are just a breath away. Welcome to our sanctuary of relaxation and rejuvenation. But what if you could carry your sanctuary with you wherever you go? Introducing our mobile app. Access a wealth of yoga classes, guided meditations, massage collections, and self-care techniques right at your fingertips. Create your own oasis of peace, anytime, anywhere. Download our app to embark on a path of tranquility and self-discovery. Your journey awaits. Namaste.
Hi, I'm Karlee, and this is your lower body foam rolling routine to release tension all throughout the hips and the lower legs. And what you'll need for class today is some open space and a foam roller of any size. If you're not in a place where you can do this video right now, go ahead and save it to your watch later so you can join me when you're ready. Alright, grab your foam roller and let's start by making our way up the back of the body. So we're going to start on the calves. So place your left calf on the foam roller and your right foot on the ground. And if this is already enough pressure, you can just stay right here with your hips on the mat. Otherwise, you're going to lift your hips off the mat and start to roll slowly back and forth. We're going to avoid the back of the knee and the ankle here because this is your Achilles tendon, so we just want to roll this meaty part of the calf. If you still want a little more pressure here, you're going to place your right leg over your left and roll back and forth. So this increases the amount of force that we have on the roller, and that's going to feel a little more intense. So you have a few different options to play with here. Now another thing we can do is move the leg a little bit in and out, like we're windshield wipering side to side. So this can hit some cross fibers of the muscle, which is great because we can't really stretch our muscle side to side. We stretch the muscle long ways. So with the roller, we can get a little bit of extra pressure. We've got 30 more seconds here on this side. We want to move nice and slow. If you find any areas that feel extra sticky, like a little knot, you can pause and breathe in that one spot for a few rounds of breath. We want to keep our breath nice and slow, in and out through the nose, so our body knows that we're in a safe place to release our muscles and not have extra tension. And let's go ahead and switch sides. So we'll bring our right calf onto the foam roller, left foot on the ground. You can keep your hips on the mat, move your leg up and down side to side, or start to lift your hips off the mat. Just avoiding the knee joints and the Achilles tendon at the back of the ankle. You can also bring your left ankle over your right and see how this extra pressure feels here. If you ever feel like you're holding tension in your face or you're holding your breath, then you've probably gone a step too far. You want to take a step back. Because again, we don't want our body to tense up more when we're trying to relieve tension. We've got 30 more seconds. All right, and we'll make our way to the hamstrings. So this is the back of the thigh now. So I'm going to place my left thigh on the foam roller. We're still avoiding the back of the knee here, but we're going to go all the way up towards the hips. So I'm going to place my right foot on the ground, lift my hips, roll forward and back. Now the same thing here. You can bring your right leg over your left to increase the amount of pressure and sensation that you feel. Now we can also windshield wiper side to side, make sure to hit all the angles of the hamstrings. We have 3 different muscles that make up the hamstring. We've got 30 more seconds here. Nice breaths in and out through the nose to keep our body in the parasympathetic nervous system state that allows us to release as much tension as we can. And we'll go ahead and switch sides. So bring your foam roller underneath your right thigh. Place your left foot on the mat and lift the hips, or cross your left leg over your right. So what foam rolling does is it also breaks up the fascia in the body. So if you think of peeling open a clementine, the juicy fruit part, the orange part, that's our muscles, and that white kind of spider web coating around it, that's our fascia. And when the fascia gets really tight, that can limit our range of motion and just cause pain from the tightness. So foam rolling helps to break up that fascia to increase our flexibility, our mobility, and just make us feel better as we go throughout the day and our life. Let's take 20 more seconds on this side here. And we'll move up to the glutes. So for the glutes, I'm gonna sit my hips onto the foam roller and lean a little extra weight to the right side or to whatever side you're doing first. I like to come down to my forearm for this. And then we're rolling forward and back. And again, you can do a little bit side to side. The more you turn onto your side, the more you'll hit the glute medius. And the more you turn up towards the ceiling, the more you'll hit the glute maximus. So we can go all the way down and up, nice and slow here. If you want a little bit more pressure, you're gonna cross the right ankle over the left, and that's if you're on your right hip. If you're starting on your left hip, the left ankle will cross over the right leg. So whatever side you're leaning toward, that's the one that will become bent up on the other leg. And this will stretch the muscle while you roll it, so that gives you a little extra sensation here. This is one of my favorite ones. If you suffer from low back pain, rolling out your glutes is going to be really helpful, because a lot of low back tightness actually stems from pain in the hips. Now this is a huge and powerful muscle, so we're going to spend another 30 seconds here. If you find any knot or a sticky spot, pause, take a few rounds of breath there. Encouraging the body to release that knot. And then we'll switch sides. So just lean your weight onto your other hip. I'm gonna turn around so I can see you. Now again, you have that option here to cross the working glute leg over your stabilizing leg into a figure 4 kind of stretch. The glutes are also a really intense one because most of us sit a lot all day, whether it's at work or in the car, just on the couch. So working on glute strength and rolling and stretching the glutes is key in this society. Take another couple rounds of breath. Awesome. Now we'll flip around and get the shin. So we'll start to make our way up the front of the body. So for the shins, you can feel your shin bone here. We're not gonna roll directly on the bone. We're focusing outside of it. So if I'm on the right leg, I'm going to the right side of the right leg. So to target that, kind of have to tweak my hip inwards, then place the outside of the right shin on the roller, almost like I'm in a tabletop position, but rotating this leg in. So I'm working forward and back. My left knee is on the ground, stabilizing me. This isn't a big area, so we're just going to take a couple rounds of breath here. Just don't go all the way onto the knee. Just take one more nice breath. This is a great one to do if you're a runner. And we'll switch. So I'll bring my left shin onto the foam roller. Just making sure that I'm focusing outside of the shin bone, so the left side of the lower leg. Then rocking the weight forward and back a few times. If you have any runners in your family or friends who are runners, definitely send them this video. They need to do this for their shins. Just take one more breath. And we'll hit the quads. All right. So I'm going to lay my right quad on the foam roller. My left knee is going to start on the ground to stabilize me. So again, here's the meaty part of the quad. We're not going right on the knee, so a couple inches above the knee, up towards the hip joint. So it's almost like I'm coming into a forearm plank now. Rolling forward and back. This is another really intense one, but if you are looking for more, you can cross your left leg over your right. Really increase the weight and the force on the roller. That's just an option. Remember, you don't have to stick with whatever option you choose. You can try it out, see how it feels, and then change your mind. Another thing that we can do here is bend and extend the working leg. And this is going to feel nice and spicy too. The quads are another really large and powerful muscle in the body. So we've got 30 more seconds here. Feel free to pause if you find a little knot that you want to work on and breathe through. You can notice if you're more tense up towards the hip or more down towards the knee. Just notice what's going on in your body. And we'll switch sides. So bring your right knee onto the ground and your left leg onto the roller. Find your little forearm plank setup, and we'll roll forward and back. Now you do want to have a slight amount of core engagement here, holding the lower belly in so we're not sacrificing the low back as we roll. I've got another minute here. Option to cross your right leg all the way over the left to increase the amount of pressure on the roller. Or again, option to leave your right knee down and bend and extend the left leg, the working leg here. If you are bending and extending, go ahead and have that foot flexed. Take 2 more breaths. Excellent. The last thing that we're going to do here for the lower body is the inner thighs. So you're going to lay onto your stomach. And then we'll bring the roller up by our left leg and kind of frog position the left leg onto the roller. So my right hip is still down on the mat. I'm going to slightly turn the roller away from me, like that. Now we have about a 90-degree bend here. It's okay if it's not perfect. We're not going to go right on the knee again, so a couple inches away from the knee up towards the hip crease. And maybe just sitting like this is enough pressure for you. That's totally okay. Otherwise, now I'm going to lift and roll in and out. Just like that. We'll do 1 minute here. If this is feeling okay for you, you can also bend and extend. You can always bring your right hip down at any point and just manually move the roller and set the hip on it if you like. Just got 20 seconds left here. And we'll switch to the other side. We are almost done. So bring the roller over to your right leg. Half frog position the right leg. Turn the roller slightly away from you. And then we'll bring ourselves to a roll. For 1 minute here. Take 2 more breaths. And we did it. Let's come on up to a seat. Shake that off. Good job. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're feeling all nice and open in the lower body. For more videos like this, download our app called Yoga Plus.
Welcome to Yoga Plus. Courses available from pupil to yogi. Sort by yoga, fitness, and instructors. Create your own routines. Access the pose library. Yoga Plus by Psyche Truth, available on Google Play and the App Store.
Join us for 14 and 30-day programs, hour-long classes, and much more on our yoga app, Yoga Plus by Psyche Truth. It's free to download and features a variety of wellness content, including yoga, fitness, Pilates, guided meditations, and interviews with dozens of wellness experts.